Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Allison Fergit. Developing news in the United States' involvement in the conflict between Israel and Iran. It remains unclear whether Iran maintains some nuclear capabilities after U.S. strikes on 3 major sites, while Iran's foreign minister warned of everlasting consequences and said the attack crossed a red line. The U.S. is warning against any countermeasures. CBS News correspondent Willie James Inman reports from Washington.
The day after President Trump called U.S. airstrikes on 3 key Iranian nuclear sites a spectacular military success, he described the damage to them as monumental in a social media post on Sunday. The president also wrote, quote, "It's not politically correct to use the term regime change, but if the current Iranian regime is unable to make Iran great again, why wouldn't there be a regime change?" During the strikes called Operation Midnight Hammer, B-2 bombers dropped bunker-busting bombs on the nuclear installations.
The battle damage assessment is ongoing, but our initial assessment, as the chairman said, is that all of our precision munitions struck where we wanted them to strike and had the desired effect.
New video shows the planes returning to Whiteman Air Force Base in Missouri. On Face the Nation, Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned Iran against making any retaliatory moves against the U.S. or its interests.
We'll see what Iran decides to do. I think they should choose the route of peace. We've done everything. We have bent over backwards, okay, to create a deal with these people.
On Capitol Hill, Republicans mostly welcomed President Trump's decision, while some Democrats said the commander-in-chief should have consulted Congress first.
I'm always open to new intelligence, but the procedure should have been that Congress was briefed before we decided to enter war and that we actually had a vote on it.
During an emergency Security Council session at the UN, Iran's ambassador said his country's military will decide the timing, nature, and scale of its response. Israel's ambassador called the U.S. move a righteous act that removed the greatest existential threat facing the free world. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
The U.S. State Department issued a global travel warning today advising increased caution, saying there is the potential for demonstrations against U.S. citizens and interests abroad. Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin released the following statement, reading, quote, "President Trump's bombing of Iran without Congress's approval ignores the Constitution, is putting our men and women in uniform at grave risk, and puts us on the verge of an all-out war." Congressman Derek Van Orden also reacted to the bombings on Iran. In a Facebook post last night, he wrote, quote, "I fully support President Trump's actions to defend our greatest ally in the Middle East, Israel, and send a clear message to our adversaries that America does not tolerate nuclear intimidation." La Crosse protesters spoke out against the bombing earlier today. Along 4th Street downtown, about 24 people were protesting President Trump's decision. In a statement sent to News 8, organizers wrote that they are against Trump, quote, "bypassing congressional approval for military action."
We have Donald Trump sitting in office where he is enacting much like a king, right, where he doesn't need to check in with Congress or check in with, the locals and the state representatives. They're going against the values that we hold dear as Americans, and bombing people isn't what we're about.
The hour-long protest wrapped up at 6 this evening.
Well, much of the area saw another day of near record-breaking heat go into the area this afternoon. Much of us getting back into the 90s for our daytime highs, and it looks like we could see another day of that as we go into tomorrow for some of us, although there will be a little bit of relief coming in the afternoon. 96 for your high in La Crosse, 95 in Eau Claire. La Crosse just 1 degree off from tying that record high today, but what we did do unofficially so far, because the day's technically not over yet, so we can't quite say it, but unofficially the observed low this morning, 80 degrees, which is actually 1 degree off from the the warmest low record in the month of June on record in La Crosse. In Eau Claire, if this does end up being the coolest temperature from today, 82 degrees was that official low, and that would break June's warmest low record for Eau Claire, set back all the way in 1932. Very, very warm. We have similarly warm lows going into tonight, although these likely won't be the record break icebreakers because we'll likely have cooler temperatures coming in before the day ends tomorrow. We do still have an alert day out for Monday because of those dangerous heat indices. Some of the area, mainly south of I-94, getting as high as what feels like 95 to 100 degrees out there. So another hot one, a little bit cooler than today, but still overall fairly dangerous as far as heat index goes. We also have some severe thunderstorms possible tomorrow as well. So I'll have all the details on that in a little bit.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Nicole. This afternoon, the tour of Upper Living took place in downtown La Crosse. The event offered a self-guided tour showcasing beautifully restored apartments, lofts, and commercial spaces above street level, highlighting the charm of historic downtown. Attendees explored unique urban living spaces, perfect for design lovers or those curious about La Crosse's hidden gems.
My favorite part of this tour is just getting a sneak peek into those places that you normally wouldn't get to see. I know we have a nice blend of commercial and residential, and there's just times where you look up in a window and you think, oh, what is up there? And so basically the whole part of it is just getting kind of a backdoor sneak peek into downtown.
Tickets were $20 in advance or $25 on the day, with proceeds supporting the committee's efforts. Christ Episcopal Church in La Crosse celebrated 175 years since the first Holy Communion service on Grandad Bluff. An 8 a.m. service today used the 1789 Book of Common Prayer on the Bluff, and a 10:30 a.m. service with Bishop Matt Gunter was held at the church on 9th and Main Street.
For a lot of people too, they walk past the plaque that's at the beginning of Grandad, right at the end of the parking lot, and that actually commemorates this particular event because it was important enough to the people at that time to put it up as a way of just reminding us that there's a history here, there's a Christian history and a church history in this city too.
The first Holy Communion service at Grandad Bluff took place in 1850. The 5th annual Good Fight Golf outing took place this morning. The event happened at Cooley Golf Bowl in Onalaska from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. The 4-person golf scramble featured 9 fun holes, including a $10,000 hole-in-one contest on hole 3. There was also a lunch, a silent auction, and a rainbow raffle in the clubhouse.
It's just a great opportunity for people to find out who we are, what we do, and also to have a great time and win some fabulous prizes. The community is so supportive of us.
Tickets were $70 per person, with proceeds supporting the Good Fight Community Center's mentorship programs for at-risk youth and families. Stephanie Ross launched her book Seasons of a Soulpreneur this morning. It took place at Misty's Dance Unlimited in Onalaska. The free event included a live podcast, Q&A, book signings, and refreshments. The book guides entrepreneurs through business challenges with soulful storytelling.
So the inspiration behind the book was really just writing my past decade-plus experience of small business ownership and giving small business owners, and really anyone that's a big dreamer, a guide for them to refer back to when they're going through all the different seasons of what I call soulpreneurship.
Stephanie is the founder of Small Business Sister Circle and empowers women to build purpose-driven businesses. The Birds of Prey meet and greet in Onalaska thrilled kids and adults this afternoon. Visitors were met with a variety of Wisconsin raptors. Guests learned about the birds, snapped photos, and could support River Valley Raptors with donations for rehabilitated raptors.
Recently, the turkey vulture has just made people smile and just go, whoa, and cool. And honestly, that's probably my favorite part. It doesn't matter if they remember what I tell them, as long as they remember that feeling they got when they saw the bird.
Future events can be found on their website, which we will have linked on our digital platforms. Well, still to come, bread comes alive as we take a look at this week's eyepiece when we come back.
Out with the olds and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off furniture. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Or get 0% APR plus $2,600 total value on this Sierra 1500 model.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Cordell's Automotive wants to thank you for voting us Best of La Crosse County for another year. With 7 locations, Cordell's is even easier to find near you. As a family-owned business, we truly get what it takes to care for your vehicle so that you and your loved ones can be safe and protected. We're honored to be your first choice in auto repair, mechanic, tire shop, and oil changes. Schedule an appointment and let us help you know you're safe.
Out with the old and in with the deals, only at Wesco Home. It's our inventory clearance event with up to 50% off bedroom sets and mattresses. It's the perfect time to refresh your space and save big. Your home, your style, your savings, your Wesco. And tell them Peyton sent you.
One Fountain City bakery keeps their bread full of tradition. News 8 photographer John Hayes has the story.
Yeah, well, I mean, the bread's alive. Sourdough is a naturally leavened bread. That means it is not using a created commercial yeast, which is extremely regulated to go quick. And the wild yeast in sourdough is a lot more diverse. And so it's natural microbes that are healthy for the grain and for the body. And it helps bring out the flavor and nutrition of the wheat.
Scoring is used to release the steam and help the bread rise so it doesn't bump out in weird spots. A lot of people will do some sort of basic designs, and then some people will do we're gonna add a little wheat here, a little wheat design, or some people do they get really crazy with it. But the things that I like to do with it are mainly ornamental, sort of kind of folksy sort of looks with it. So a lot of that kind of wheat pattern, and then we like to put little hearts in and stars, and then sometimes we'll have our kind of silly ones with the turtle or the fish, and those are fun too.
Yeah. Oh boy, do I love that. Yeah, so I think it's every mother's dream, and I'm just very grateful, and I wasn't setting out to do that. And Fiona has, her own life and her own interests.
I like doing it because it's a way that, I get to learn a lot about her and, the way she works, and we've always kind of worked around each other, just being mother-daughter, but seeing the way her business mind operates it's inspiring. The process we have for when the bread is done is we use thermometers. I usually can tell by eye, but it's not a perfect science, so we're trying to get it at the 195 to 205 range in temperature.
Keep baking. Start for baking with your family, then start giving it to your friends, see what they say, and then someday you'll have too much bread and you'll want to be selling it if you have the time.
That looks absolutely delicious. Britta hopes to keep the business going and expand her knowledge of bread making. Well, still ahead, pollinators keep our agriculture industry buzzing, and some new proposals would offer protections to the critical insects.
And we have another hot day going into the start of the week tomorrow with the potential for some severe thunderstorms in the afternoon. I'll have all the details on both of those coming up right after the break.
There's a reason Chevy is called the heartbeat of America. A heartbeat strong, steady, unwavering, like the people who keep this country moving. For them, only America's most dependable truck will do. In every Chevy truck, like every Chevy driver, dependability comes standard.
Get the freedom to save. Get $4,250 cash allowance on this Silverado. Plus, $2,250 in trade assistance when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
When Arby's says euros, you say 2 for $7. Euros. 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 Louder. Arby's, we have the meat.
Buy more, get more during the summer sale at Home Furniture. When you spend $6.99 or more on furniture, mattresses, and area rugs, like this Eltman sectional for just $7.99, you'll get a $100 MasterCard rewards card. Plus, for every additional $1,000 you spend, get a $100 card for a total of up to $1,000 back in MasterCard rewards cards. And take 15% off clearance and floor models. Only during our limited time summer sale. Hurry in and get more. Only at Home Furniture.
Get in. I'm future you.
Constipation with belly pain again, right? Our doctor figured it out. She said it's IBS-C and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Today marks the last day of Pollinator Week, a week designated to celebrate and raise awareness for our pollinators. And recent legislation focused on Wisconsin.
Pollinators across the world are responsible for the world as we know it.
Bees, butterflies, and moths all play a big role in helping Wisconsin's plants produce fruits and seeds.
Pollinators are responsible for 1 out of every 3 bites of food that you eat.
According to Wisconsin's Department of Agriculture, Trade, and Consumer Protection, the state's pollinator-dependent crops are responsible for more than $200 million in annual production. But the state's pollinators are facing habitat loss and decimated populations, partially because of some insecticides.
A lot of them are being applied for a specific insect purpose. The unfortunate thing is that it has a lot of potential collateral damage to other, especially native pollinators.
That's why the state's lawmakers are stepping in.
We have 400 local pollinator species in Wisconsin, and yet we're one of only 19 states without legal protections for these important and beneficial insects.
Recently, legislators unveiled the bipartisan pollinator protection package. Some of the bills focus on pesticide regulation. Others center on growing more native plants.
If you take away our native plants, a lot of our pollinators will die. They don't know how to go to other plants.
Although the legislation would be just one step in helping Wisconsin's pollinators, Cooley Region conservationists say the pollinator protection package is a move in the right direction.
Some of this is also just, trying to use nature's tools to our benefit.
We're all part of a beautiful world. Let's keep it beautiful.
Well, anyone looking to plant their own pollinator-friendly plants are going to probably want to wait for a different week because we have some very hot and rainy weather on the way. Let's send it over to Nicole for our forecast.
Yeah, we're going to have to definitely test our patience out there. We do have one somewhat decent day coming up, but it's likely going to come way at the end of the week on Friday. So we do have that to look forward to at least, but we still have to get through the multiple days ahead of us. One being tomorrow. It's going to be hot for some of us once again. Still slightly cooler than we've been this past weekend, but still hot nonetheless. Dangerous heat mainly south of I-94, more so closer to I-90 and a little bit further south. Still seeing some highs getting closer into the low 90s. Otherwise, everybody else at least getting up into the upper 80s, and it's still going to be muggy out there. So that heat indice, or that heat index, is still going to be closer to 95, maybe even up towards 100 in some of those warmer areas. Also on the way, a cold front. That's why we have some cooler temperatures off to the north. That's also going to bring the chance for some severe thunderstorms coming in your afternoon. So let's start with that heat index. Here we are waking up in the morning around 9 a.m. already feeling close to 90 degrees for some locations. That's likely going to be the warmest that many of us will get, especially if you're north of I-90, because then as we go into the afternoon hours, we can start to see that cold front slowly starting to make its way into the area. Still, though, going to take some time for areas south of I-94 to feel that cooler air because of that heat index values getting back into the mid and upper 90s out there. Although as we get into the evening hours, you really start to see that cold front make a difference, and we'll really feel it as we go into Tuesday, where our high temperatures finally drop to near average. Before that, though, we'll have to get through the other thing that cold front is bringing, and that's the possibility of severe weather. As we wake up in the morning, we'll have some scattered thunderstorms, mainly lighter thunderstorms as far as a thunderstorm goes. Not really looking at a severe risk with any of these, but you could feel some heavier rain showers going out the door as you wake up tomorrow morning, mainly north of I-90. Then you can start to see that line of storms slowly starting to generate. That's where that cold front's going to be here around 11 a.m. going into noon. Once we get into the afternoon, though, when we start to have some more heating going on, and as we saw, there is going to be quite a bit of heating, that's when we start to see that line really start to generate some stronger thunderstorms. Because of the orientation of this line, the main risk with it is really going to be those damaging winds. Could maybe see some small hail as well, but the wind is going to be the largest factor with these storms. Flooding might be a possibility, especially in those smaller river valleys, but flooding is really looking to be more of a chance as we get later in the week, because we have multiple rain chances coming up almost every single day this week. So definitely something to be aware of if you're living closer to a smaller river valley. Otherwise, we're just seeing some lingering showers going into Monday night then, and even possibly into Tuesday morning, mainly south of I-90, seeing some lingering effects from that cold front as it continues to move out of the area. But really, most of us will be remaining dry on Tuesday, especially as we get to the second half of the day. Here's that thunderstorm risk, though, going into tomorrow. It's a slight risk, 2 out of 5. That main risk, again, is really going to be those damaging winds. Because it is a line of thunderstorms, there could be some stronger winds associated with it. Heavy rain with some minor risk of flooding, and maybe seeing some hail within that line as well. After Monday, though, those temperatures finally start to drop off, getting actually back into the 70s for portions of the area as we go into Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, somewhat close to average, maybe a few degrees above, but the main story those days is really going to be the heavy rain potential. Widespread thunderstorms could be moving through, so some locations could be seeing well over 3 inches of rain by Friday. But at least Friday is looking somewhat drier, so hopefully that's when we can do some of our gardening.
Yeah, that would be great, honestly, because I'm sick of not being able to go outside. Yeah, I want to go for a walk and not be sweating through my shirt.
Get a break from the heat at least, but then it's going to be very wet. So yeah, can't win.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And coming up next in sports, a blockbuster trade in the NBA, plus the Brewers going for a sweep over in Minnesota. Kate has the highlights after the break.
Keeping you safe and ahead of the storm with current conditions and updated video forecasts from the local team that warns you first. The News 8 Now First Warn Weather app, giving you more than what you'd expect. Get it now. No, seriously, like, right now.
Celebrate Onalaska on Saturday, June 28th at Van Riper Park. Enjoy a fun-filled day of activities, food, and entertainment for the whole family. There will be a family fun zone with inflatables, face painting, and more. Live music starts at 5 p.m. with Randy Erickson's sing-along show, followed by Last Call at 6:45. Then the entertainment takes to the sky with festival food salute to the 4th of July fireworks. Join us on June 28th at Van Riper Park in Onalaska.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 CR-V.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis, or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Game 3 over in Minnesota, and the Brewers have a chance for the sweep. They put up 26 runs in the first 2 games of this series, and the offense has been red hot. Let's go to Target Field. Milwaukee looking to stay hot early on in this one. First inning, runner on second, and William Contreras goes back up the middle. Yelich rounds third. He's in to score. Brewers take an early 1-0 lead, but the Twins quick to answer. Bottom of the first, and Byron Buxton smashes this pitch over the wall and left. We're all tied at 1. Twins would take the lead, but in the second, Rhys Hoskins, he's going to get all of this pitch down the line and left, and it's gone for a solo shot. We're even at 2. Let's go to the third inning. 2 men on for Yelich, and he hits a liner out to left. That scores Sal Frelick. Brewers are going to take the lead. Now 5-3 in the 5th inning, but Bryce Terang is going to show off the power. Into the second, deck over and right. Milwaukee goes up 8-3, but the Twins, they're fighting back in this one. 6th inning, and Buxton going yard for the second time today. Twins still down 5, but in the 8th inning, Minnesota's going to make things interesting. Ty France at the plate, and he launches a 2-run shot to left. It's just a 1-run game. And then in the 9th, tying run on second, but McGill shuts the door, gets the strikeout to end it. Brewers win 9-8. It's their first 3-game sweep of the Twins since 1996. And then with the Chicago Cubs getting blown out this afternoon, that means Milwaukee now trails the Cubs by just 3.5 games for the top of the division. Cubs and Cardinals face off for 4 games, while Milwaukee hosts the Pirates for 3, both series starting tomorrow evening. Last night, the Loggers got a huge blowout win, 26-1, but life comes at you fast, and as the Stingers do some damage tonight, blowing out La Crosse 22-3. Loggers now 20-8 on the season. They'll be in Eau Claire tomorrow night before returning home on Tuesday. And the Oklahoma City Thunder are your NBA champions. They took down the Indiana Pacers tonight in Game 7 of the finals, 103-91, and the Thunder deserved it. They were the best team throughout the playoffs, but early in the first half, Indiana's Tyrese Halliburton went down with what appeared to be a calf or Achilles injury that took him out for the remainder of the game. The Pacers held on for a while, but in the second half, the Thunder pulled away to secure the win in the NBA championship. A blockbuster trade also in the NBA today as 15-time All-Star Kevin Durant been traded to the Houston Rockets. There had been a lot of rumors about a Durant trade looming, including the possibility of him landing in Minnesota. Phoenix will receive Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the 10th overall pick in this week's NBA draft, and 5 second-round picks. Durant currently 36 years old and entering his 18th season in the NBA. A crazy ending to the PGA Travelers Championship today. Keegan Bradley needs a birdie to stay in it. And check this shot out. 138 yards to the hole, and he hits it perfect. So pressure is on for Tommy Fleetwood. Needs to make this putt for par, and he misses it. So he would go on to get bogey, and that opens the door for Bradley. A birdie putt to win it. Is he going to get it? Yes, he is. He sinks it, and he's fired up. It was certainly going to be a playoff, but Bradley, out of nowhere, gets the win at 15 under par. It's his 8th win on the PGA Tour. He's taken home $3.6 million. USA competing in some Gold Cup action up against Haiti in the red, white, and blue. Striking early in this one, the cross inside of Malik Tillman with the perfect header to score the goal. USA up 1. Haiti would tie it up, but late in the match, Patrick Aguimeng gets the perfect pass, goes past the keeper, and puts it in the net. USA gets the win 2-1. They finish the group stage unbeaten. And you know, you never like to see the NBA those kinds of stakes for the NBA championships with Halliburton getting hurt?
No, I was really, hoping there. I had predicted that Halliburton was going to have his game-winning, do his magic that he'd been doing throughout the postseason. Too. Yeah, great start, but just unfortunately, so many Achilles injuries this postseason. Yeah.
All right, we'll have more news after the break.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
It's summertime, and the Ford lineup is ready to step into the spotlight. Lights, summer, action. Get great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. Then take advantage of the season. From the built Ford Tough F-150 to the 2024 North American Truck of the Year Super Duty, your local Northland Ford dealers are rolling out the red carpet with exclusive deals on America's best-selling trucks. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Don't wait. Last chance to get employee pricing plus more than $11,000 in total savings on a new 2025 F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
At US Cellular, we created an event to celebrate our customers, like Luana here, called Us Days.
Yeah, they give us special rewards and exclusive deals in everything. It almost feels like we're part of a cool club together.
Sure does.
Slide, connect. Woo, woo, woo. Hug, shake.
Us Days just got bigger. All customers get a free phone with no trade-in.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi, I'm showing off my clearer skin. With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And most people were clearer even at 5 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
With Skyrizi, nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your dermatologist about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
What brings you in today?
It's my husband. He's been sleeping on the couch.
It's all the nagging. Headaches. They're killing me. Try the all-new Sealy Posturepedic. Can you feel the support? No more nagging. Headaches. I mean the bed aches. That's the Precision Fit coils. They flex to your body, supporting you where you need it most. It's like couples therapy for your spine.
So he'll come back to bed.
I may never get out. Stop stressing, start sleeping with Slumberland's 365-night sleep guarantee.
Support local businesses by shopping at A1 Vacuum Sales and Service in Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with great service and high-quality vacuums. Discover the perfect vacuum for your unique lifestyle. Shop local. Shop Jackson Plaza.
Well, we have quite the rescue in the Cooley region. The Sparta Fire Department rescued a horse stuck in a manure pit this morning. Officials believe the wind damaged some fencing and the horse wandered into the pit. Fire Chief Mike Arnold said they used some wide-toed straps to lift the horse out of the manure. The Sparta Fire Department have rescued a dog, a deer, and now a horse from manure pits. Well, Nicole will have a final look at your forecast when we return.
Working with Maxwell White was amazing. They were professional, answered all of my questions.
I give Maxwell White my highest possible recommendation.
Maxwell White did a fabulous job on our shower. 5-star plumbing service done right.
It's summertime, and the Ford lineup is ready to step into the spotlight. Lights, summer, action. Get great deals on your favorite Ford trucks. Then take advantage of the season. From the built Ford Tough F-150 to the 2024 North American Truck of the Year Super Duty, your local Northland Ford dealers are rolling out the red carpet with exclusive deals on America's best-selling trucks. Get behind the wheel of a new Ford today. Don't wait. Last chance to get employee pricing plus more than $11,000 in total savings on a new 2025 F-150. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
Mix and match a Quarter Pounder with cheese, a Big Mac, or other favorites. Get any two for $7.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Get in. I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain again, right? Our doctor figured it out. She said it's IBS-C and Linzess could help you get ahead of it. Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating.
Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help with everything you need to make it happen at prices that make it possible. Like $5 off assorted Roundup multi-use pump sprayers, 20% off signature licensed auto accessories. Rewards members save 25%. And new at Blaine's, AgriMaster pelleted pine bedding, just $5.99 a bag. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
When you have a drain backup, you need help fast. From slow drains to clogged mains, we solve it all. Maxwell White has been solving sewer, septic, and drain issues in the La Crosse Coulee region for more than 30 years. Fast, reliable, and professional. Call or book online today.
Another reminder, we do have another alert day tomorrow, mainly for the heat, but also a chance for some severe storms later in the afternoon.
Oh,
so stay weather aware tomorrow.
Take
But,
an umbrella.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow.